Okay, first let me introduce myself. I'm Venu. I have around 16 years of experience into the field of HR, where I've started my career as HR executive, moved to SAP HCM implementations from there, and then from SAP HCM, I have upgraded my skills and moved to SuccessFactors, and it's been like almost 9.5 years that I'm into SuccessFactors. And in these 9 years, I have worked on modules like Employee Central, Compensation, PMGM, and RCM. Though I have worked on all of the modules, my core areas being Employee Central and Compensation, and I've spent most of my time in these areas, so I'm more comfortable working in these areas. Okay, and coming to teaching, it's been like almost 12 years that I'm into teaching. I used to train earlier in SAP HCM. Then after getting into SuccessFactors, I've started teaching SuccessFactors, Employee Central and Compensation as well. So before going into compensation, let's understand or let's see what is compensation module, or what do you know about compensation module? Can somebody tell me what is a compensation module? What is it used for, since all of you have experience into SuccessFactors? What is a SuccessFactors compensation module?
Yeah, Venu. Actually, compensation is it's a kind of uh, uh, after appraisal, we are going to handle the compensation, and it's a compensation process. We are going to give kind of a budget to entire the organization. It's based on, and then it will be distributed to the departments. It's based on the number of employees or number of across the departments, and we can give equally. And then, yeah, based on the performance ratings, based on the rules, and we can even create, and we can adjust their salaries and everything. So once we complete it, and the company statements will be executed.
Yeah, exactly. So compensation management is all about rewarding the employees based on their performance. Every organizations, they review the performance of the employees, and at the end of the year, after the appraisals are completed, based on their appraisals, or sometimes this performance appraisal, now it is not always based on the performance appraisal. Sometimes the compensation admins also do the ratings in the compensation module. Now performance management appraisals rating is one of the source to consider the compensation merit or the merit increase here. Additionally, other than appraisals, we can also have these ratings defined in the compensation module itself. Okay, so it is all about the merit increases. We call the salary increase what a compensation planner recommend to their employees is called the merit increase. Apart from merit, we also do other areas, like if sometimes if the merit increase what compensation planner is proposing is more than the employees pay range. If it is outside the pay range, we may adjust that amount into the lump sum as well, a one-time payment or a lump sum amount as well. And we can also have some additional amounts also considered in the merit increase. Overall, this is about the rewarding high performance employees and retaining the valuable employees. So based on the performance appraisals of the employee, depending on their ratings. Now, some companies, they follow 1 to 3 rating or 1 to 5 rating. It depends upon company to company. And every employee, depending on their ratings, managers or the compensation planners has to recommend some salary increase, that some decent salary increase. And no employee should be biased, and everybody in the organization should have a similar compensation or the merit increase. Now, by reinforcing the company's pay for performance, we call it pay for performance culture and values. Okay, a company can get a clear of who is contributing and who is not, and then pay the employees accordingly. So that's your compensation module. Like any other module, we follow the same process of the implementation, where we start with the provisioning settings. I will take you through the course content what we'll be discussing in the coming sessions. Okay, like any other module, we'll be starting off with the provisioning settings, and then once the provisioning settings are done, we'll be doing the entire configuration in the admin center. We do the configuration in the admin center. Now here, since compensation module is a template-based configuration, like EC is not a template-based configuration. So in EC, we have workflows wherever or wherever needed, we configure the workflows for the approval processes. Whereas since compensation module is a template-based configuration, we use route maps instead of workflows. Okay, now all of you are working in success factors already. Okay, so you must be knowing the terms like compare ratio and range penetration. Yes, sir. What is compare ratio? Can anybody tell me what is compare ratio? Sai Krishna?
Yeah, compare ratio means it's the actual salary by yeah, something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah. Compare ratio and range penetration, these are called the benchmarking techniques. We call them benchmarking techniques, which we use to define the employee or the employee's salary ranges. And these are both of these are internal measures that compares an employee's salary to the pay grade or the job grade range within an organization. Usually, compare ratio is compares the employee salary to the midpoint of the pay range. So if you have to calculate compare ratio, it is always annual salary by midpoint, right? Whereas to calculate the range penetration, we use annual salary minus minimum salary divided by max salary minus minimum salary. So this is the calculation part. This is the calculation part. Okay. Now, range penetration cannot exceed more than 100 percentage, whereas the compare ratio can go up to 130 to 135 percentage. 130 to 135 percentage. So where all do we use compare ratio and range penetration? Compare ratio and range penetrations are first used in the recruiting module, where recruiter negotiates the salary with the candidate. So, have you heard of the terms called compare ratio and range penetration in Employee Central?
No, sir.
No,
No.
don't say that. If you have learned Employee Central, you should definitely be knowing the compare ratio and range penetration, because these are the benchmarking techniques what we use in success factors. If you have worked on Employee Central, if you go to
No, sir.
compensation
That's
details of the okay, so you should have an understanding of compare ratio and range penetration as well. Have you worked on pay ranges?
yeah, sir. I have basic knowledge
What is the
on
pay range?
pay range means it's about salary.
Yeah, we define the salary ranges. What would be the minimum and the maximum salary that can be offered to a particular grade? Okay, so why do we define the salary ranges? Where are the salary ranges used? The salary ranges are used to calculate compare ratio and range penetration. So why are we now discussing about compare ratio and range penetration?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, sir. I
compare
got it
ratio
now.
and
I got
range
it.
penetration. Now, if you see here, this is your compare ratio and this is range penetration. Now, this compare ratio and range penetration are first used in recruiting module, where when a recruiter negotiates a salary with the candidates, they will see what is the salary that that is going to be offered to the candidate. Okay, they will look at the either compare ratio or range penetration. And
Okay.
second is Employee Central. When you're hiring employee in Employee Central, we again look at the compare ratio and range penetration, whether these salaries are within the range. Okay.
Okay.
Now, system will not allow us to hire employee if the range penetration is more than 100. Here, if you see 112, this is outside the salary ranges. Now, if I go and look at the question mark, it says the minimum salary is 51,688 USD and the maximum is 83,200. But this employee salary is somewhere 87,000. So it is more than the range penetration. So ideally, system should not allow to hire this employee. So whenever we hire in real time, maybe in the demo system it is allowing, or now you can also have the system configuration. Like if I don't want any employee to be hired with more than 100% range penetration or 135% of comp ratio, we can have a business rule to
Okay.
give an error message while sourcing the employee. Okay, here if you see,
Okay.
this is the salary positioning of the employee. It shows us the minimum and the maximum salary that can be offered to this candidate. But here the employee salary is outside the maximum salary. Okay, now when you're doing the compensation review, salary revision for this employee, we cannot have more than 83,200. This is the max that can be offered to this candidate. Either now, if employee salary is outside the salary ranges, either we have to promote this employee to next level, or whatever salary increase that a compensation planner proposes, it should be outside the merit increase. Okay, so here if you have heard about the terms merit increase, merit is nothing but the salary increase. We call it merit increase here in compensation module. Okay, now what all information is required for a compensation planning? So what is generally a compensation planning? Compensation planning based on employee's current salary and based on the employee's performance for this year. Compensation planner. Okay, now who would be doing this planning? Planning is generally done by managers. Now here the manager is called planner. Now it is not always the manager who does the compensation salary recommendations. It would, now that's why we call them comp planners. Okay, most of the times, 90% of the times, it is manager who would be recommending the salary increase. But in some organizations, it is not the manager, will have a separate role called a compensation planner who would be doing the analysis. Now, the managers are also called planners if they are doing the compensation review. Okay, now if a manager or a compensation planner has to review the salary increases of the employees, we need certain information. We need certain information from Employee Central. We need some information from performance management. We need some calculated fields in compensation module. And then managers should have the option of recommending the salary increases, and along with the salary increases they may also want to promote the employee to next level. So we also have the option of promoting the employee from one grade to the other grade. So what all information is required now? Let's see. Firstly, the employee ID, which is common, which is the unique ID for every employee, the name of the employee, okay, and some information like the company, division, department, grade of the employee, salary of the employee. So now we are pulling the information from Employee Central. So all of this information, what we are talking, all of this information is available in Employee Central. The name of the employee, the company that employee belongs to, location that employee belongs to, grade of the employee, this range, salary range of the employee, or compensation details of now of this information is coming from various portlets of compensation. Various portlets of Employee Central. Maybe some from the personal information, some from the job information, some from the compensation information, and some from the one-time portlets, or some from the employment details, like whether the employee is when was the employee hired? Okay, is employee on probation, or is employee a contingent worker? So these information we get from employment details. So we configure or we pull some information from Employee Central. Okay, and then next is we need the appraisal rating. So this appraisal rating, if you're using performance management within SuccessFactors, we can pull the rating from performance management module. We pull the ratings from performance module. Or sometimes some customers, what they do this revision directly in the compensation. So we can also use comp rating instead of performance rating. Now that's called the source of rating source. We have a configuration where either we select the rating source as a performance management, or sometimes if customer is not using performance management of SuccessFactors, we can pull the rating from outside the application. So first that information is to flow to Employee Central, and from Employee Central we pull the data. If customer is not using performance management, the rating is to be defined in the compensation template itself. Then we can also configure a comp rating. Okay, we use PM rating or comp rating. Now we have some information from Employee Central, some information from performance management. Now we need to decide what should be the salary increase of the employees, right? So we will have to set up the guidelines for each manager. Now manager should know, or manager or a compensation planner should know what is the salary increase that they can propose. Now manager cannot say that I will have 5% for one employee, 30% wage for employer, 40% for one employee. No, you need to follow some guidelines, and these guidelines are configured in compensation module. These guidelines mostly are configured based on the appraisal rating. Let's say if employee has got a rating of 1, 2, 3, let's say we have this rating. Now guidelines can be defined based on the rating, let's say 0 to 3%, 3 to 5%, 5 to 7%, 7 to 10%, and then 10 to 15%. Let's say my company policy says the guidelines are now based on the performance rating. Mostly 99% of the times it is based on the performance rating, but we can also have the the guidelines based on multiple elements as well, or multiple columns as well. Sometimes it may happen that if the employee is in a grade, manager, so these are the ratings. But if an employee is a general manager, so maybe you have a different guidelines here. Say 0 to 5%, 5 to 10%, 10 to 15%, 15 to 20%, and then 20 to 25%. Say these are the pay ranges for employee with a grade, general manager, and rating 1. Now my guidelines are based on grade and PM rating. So we can have the combination of any of these columns. It can only be based on performance rating. It can be based on a grade and PM rating, grade, country, and PM rating, only grade and country. So we can have the combination. You can define this configuration. Now, once we set up these guidelines in system, system will not allow any employee to input more than 3% or less than 0%. More than 3%, more than 5% or less than 3%. If an employee has a rating of 3, system gives you the option to input only either 5 to 7, not more than 7 or not less than 5. So that's why we define the guidelines. So guidelines is one of the major configuration. PM rating source is one of the major configuration. And then next we'll see the eligibility. We'll also see eligibility. Maybe in my organization we have around 10,000 employees, but not all the employees are eligible for compensation planning. So there are different eligibility rules that we can define. All the employees who are with employee type regular are applicable for salary increase or merit increase. We want to exclude contractors, consultant, temporary workers, and interns. So we can define the eligibility rule. All the employees who are hired before September 30, I want to consider them for salary increase. Any employees who are hired after 1st of October, I don't want to consider. So we can exclude those employees. All the employees who are terminated, we don't want to consider them. So all of these exclusions and inclusions, we do it through eligibility rules. Okay, and then we'll be giving the merit increase option. Based on the eligibility of the employees, if a manager has got 10 employees, and out of 10 employees, only 7 employees are eligible for compensation plan, you will see only 7 employees here. If each employee has got a performance rating in their systems, then those performance rating will be pulled up. Based on the performance rating, you will see the guidelines as well. Okay, now all of this content will be covering in the compensation sessions. Okay, let me walk you through the content what we are going to cover in next 15 days. So we'll start with the compensation management introduction. Then we'll discuss about comparison. Now we have seen the comparison range penetrations, right? So how do we do the salary prorations? If an employee has joined somewhere, if you're doing a salary revision for the employees starting from Jan 1st to December 31st or April 1st to March 31st. If an employee exists in the system from Jan 1st, that means the employee is applicable for salary increase completely, 100%. But we have a similar employee, but who has joined somewhere in the month of July or August. We don't want to consider to pay that employee the full salary increase. Maybe we want to prorate the salary increase as well. So we'll see how to do the salary proration in system. We'll start with the configuration through provisioning settings. We'll log into provisioning and see what are the settings that we have to enable in provisioning. Apart from enabling the settings in the provisioning, we also schedule a job in the compensation. Provisioning settings, we also schedule a job. Now this job is scheduled to run once in a day so that system pulls up all of the active information from Employee Central to compensation module. Okay, so we'll see what are the features that we have in this job. So every day system runs this job and see who are eligible employees, whether all of these eligible employees are in compensation from. If some of the employees are terminated in Employee Central, those employees will be removed from the compensation form, or if a new manager is added or a manager changes happened. So all of this information will be updated in the compensation planning form. So we'll have to schedule one job in provisioning. So we'll see that as well in the provisioning. And then how do we navigate to the compensation configuration? So entire configuration is done from one single configuration node called action for all plans. From there, we'll be doing the entire configuration related to compensation. So we see how to configure the route maps. Route map is for doing the approval process. So what is the general approval process? So SuccessFactors recommends us to follow a particular approval process. So mostly it would be like compensation admin who would be doing the configuration, launching the worksheet, validating the worksheet, and then it goes to manager for reviewing and recommending. Manager recommends the salary increase, it goes to next level for approval, and then it goes to HR for calibration, and then finally to the completed stage. So we'll see how to configure. Now we'll also see different roadmaps, like how do we configure different steps in roadmaps. We can extract the employee data from compensation module and see whether all of the employees are included in compensation planning or not. Okay, we have option of currency conversion table if you are implementing compensation module for a customer who has their operations in different countries. Let's say I'm a manager who sits in US. I have employees reporting to me, some from US, some from India, and some from UK. And all of these employees are paid differently in different currencies, in their local currency. But I want to see all of their salaries in my own currency. My own currency is USD because I am in US, my currency is USD. I don't know if I look at the employee salary in INR or if I look at the salary in euros, I may not know what exactly the company is paying. So I can convert the employee salary into my function, my currency, and see what is the amount that is being paid. So to convert those salaries, we should have some currency conversion rates. Okay, now planners has got a different currency conversion rates. Okay, so they can view the employee salary either in their own local currency or a manager or a planner currency, or we can also have one common currency for all of them. It is called a functional currency. So managers or the planners can switch between different currencies and see the salaries. If customer is not using salary ranges in Employee Central, or if customer is not using Employee Central in SuccessFactors system, we can configure the salary ranges, or we can upload the salary ranges in compensation module. Okay, now once we do all of these settings, we go and see how to create a compensation template. It is a template based configuration. So we'll how to create a compensation template. There are different ways of creating a compensation plan. One is to create from success store. SuccessFactors gives us some standard templates. Second is to copy the existing template. And third is, if you have an XML file, we can also upload the XML file as well. So we have different ways of creating a compensation plan. So we'll create our own compensation template and we do the settings. Okay, there are different settings which we do for compensation plan. We have basic setting, advanced setting, design worksheet, which is the major part of the configuration. And then within design worksheet, now design worksheet, when you copy a plan or when you create a plan, you get some standard fields, and you can also create your own custom fields as well. So we'll see how to create custom fields. Now these custom fields can bring values either from system, or if you want some auto calculations to happen, we can write the formulas as well. Depending on the business scenarios, we can build our own custom formulas in the design worksheet. Okay, and we can have some instructions to planners, like what they have to do, how they have to plan, how they have to do the merit increases, how to recommend merit increases, how to forward it to next level. So we can have all of this documentation available within the compensation plan. So that's the plan instructions. And when we launch the worksheets, all of these calculations are done based on some budget rules. Now, every manager in the organization will be given certain budget. Maybe let's say I'm a manager, I have got my budget as 10,000. I need to adjust that 10,000 to all of my employees who are reporting to me based on again their rating. Maybe somebody will get 3,000, somebody will get 1,000, somebody will be getting 5,000 or 4,000. But I need to adjust my 10,000 or whatever budget that is given to me. I need to adjust all of the salary increases within that budget. So you can also do the budget calculations on the compensation planning. We have eligibility rules. We use business rules to define the eligibilities. We write the business rule. This will be like simple. We don't use then condition here. We will only be using if condition. We'll be pulling the data from Employee Central through business rule. Whom to include, whom to exclude. All of this will be doing it through eligibility rules. Guidelines we have discussed how to configure guidelines. Then what are the rating sources? How to, where from where we'll pull the ratings for the employees, and who are the compensation planners. Like as I said, sometimes it is, most of the times it is managers who would be doing. If it is a manager, don't have to do anything. It is manager is already defined in job information. For every employee, we have the manager defined in job information. But if it is a different manager, if compensation planning is to be done by a different manager, not the regular manager. So how will system know who is the compensation planner? So either you have to maintain that relationship in job relationship, or you need to upload it through UDF. The second manager or the compensation manager, we need to update it in the system. And then once the configuration is completed, we'll see how to generate the compensation worksheet. Now we create the configuration or we configure the template. All the configurations is in compensation template. And once the configuration is completed, we generate multiple worksheets from template. For each manager, we'll generate one worksheet. Worksheet contains all the direct reports of that employee. If I have 100 managers in my organization, we'll be generating 100 worksheets from one compensation template. Okay, when you open any worksheet, you will see the employees of that particular manager. So we'll see how to create these worksheets for whom we want to generate the worksheets. We'll see how to manage if I have to delete the worksheets, relaunch the worksheets, how do we do that? If there are any employees I want to add manually, or if there are employees, some employees I want to remove from that worksheet, some employees I want to add, some employees I want to move from one worksheet to other sheet, all of those things are also possible. We'll see how to promote an employee from the compensation worksheet. Generally, we do the promotions from job information. We go to take action, change job and comp information, and then we go to job information and move an employee from one grade to other grade along with salary increase. Right? The same process, same screens we use in the compensation template as well. We can promote, or planners can promote employee from one grade to the other grade. So this promotions that manager has recommended can be sent to approval. Once approved, this can be pushed to Employee Central. We can also do the audit for the compensation data. Maybe manager has recommended with 5%. This was changed by manager's manager. Manager's manager have changed it to 6%. And then HR has changed it to 5.5%. So if I want to know what was the salary that manager has recommended, that manager's manager has approved, and HRBP or HR has changed. So who has changed? When was this changed? How much they have changed? So all of this you can know through compensation audits. We have different reports available in compensation management, a roll-up report and aggregate report. And one report you can also extract from executive review. Executive review is access is given to some employees in the organization, generally at the higher level in the organization. If they have to review all the salary increases in one single form, they can go to executive review. We'll see how to configure this executive review. Then we complete the compensation cycle, the salary recommendations, approvals, and then reviewing of the compensation. So once the compensation cycle is completed, we do two things. One is we publish the data to EC. We have got some information from EC, the current salary from EC. Manager has recommended some salary increase. Manager's manager has approved. Now this approved amount has to go to Employee Central, and this is called publishing of compensation data. So we can transfer the data from compensation module to Employee Central. We'll see how to do that. And second thing that we do is generate the compensation statements. Compensation statements are similar to pay slips, where employees can see what is the salary increase that they have got. If there is a grade increase or promotion happened, so what is that grade? Okay, is there any promotion amount other than salary increase? If they have got any of the merit increase, sorry, lump sum increases or the extra amounts that are added to the employee. So all of this you can add it into the compensation statement. So we can design our own statements with different content, different, if you want to add different sections, they want to show up some information from the compensation planning, we can pull all of the data and design our own statement. So we generate the statement. If you see any differences in the data, and if you want to recall that statement, I want to pull back the statement and then correct the configuration and regenerate the statement. So we can create, recall, and republish the data. Okay, so all of these things we'll be doing in next or the coming sessions. So I will take a pause here and see if you have any questions. So this course consists of 12 sessions. Okay, in 12 hours or the 12 sessions will be covering all of these topics. Okay.
Yeah, hi Venu, Sajit here. Venu,
Yeah, hi
would you
Sajid.
be covering variable pay as well as part of
No,
compensation?
this is only compensation, not the variable pay.
Right.
I know
And
very little in variable pay, so I don't teach variable pay. I've worked
right,
only on one project, that one support project. Yeah, go ahead.
right. And also, would you be covering, let's say, the customer is in legacy and they want to use compensation, right? So, how to bring the legacy data into our workbook of compensation? So, how we do the requirement gatherings and
No,
how we capture the
generally
info?
there is nothing like a customer's legacy system and then in the no compensation module in the success factor system. Usually, compensation considers the data from different modules. Okay, the employee central, performance rating. If your customer is using a different compensation module, okay, let's say they are not using success factors compensation module, but they are using a different module, a different application. Okay, now when we configure the compensation here in success factors, we don't transfer any of the data because this is a new template what you will be creating. Either you go and see what is the information or what are the columns that we have in the legacy compensation worksheet, and we create those in here in success factors. We cannot copy or we cannot move the compensation worksheets, legacy worksheets to success factors worksheet. No, we cannot do that.
Right.
We
And
can
there is
move
this.
the employee data from legacy system to employee central. From employee central, we pull the data to compensation module.
Right, which means
Yeah, go ahead.
let's say my upcoming project is a modernization of compensation
Hmm.
management and employee central payroll. Does it mean which means that they are, I mean, our customer is already having a compensation and payroll sitting in on-premise, and they want to bring it on
Yeah.
to success factors. So in this case,
Yes.
how we are going to
It
transform
would
from
be.
that?
It would be the completely new implementation that we'd be doing in success factors. Okay, will just follow the process what they have been following in on-premise application, but the configuration wise or the template wise, we have no success factors has some limitations and then some some advantages in success factors. So we'll have to configure a new template here in success factors. We cannot bring any of the legacy systems data into no success factors.
Thank you, Venu. Thank you very much. But would appreciate if you could share real time the
Yes,
customizations if we have done
sure.
any in your previous projects or in your whatever projects you worked
Sure.
on. That
Every
would be a
project
great
will
help.
have, yeah, every project will have some customizations. Okay, customizations would be around your design worksheet. So each customer would like to have a different fields on the compensation template. Okay, some from job information, some from comp information, some custom fields which are to be auto calculated, some formulas in the worksheet. So you'll for every implementation you see different no set of fields which are customized. Compensation, even the compensation statements are customized. The eligibility rules are customized. The budget calculations or the guideline configurations are customized. We'll see different business scenarios.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other doubts? Reward and recognition. Reward and recognition is again a small topic within compensation mod. We don't say it as part of compensation module. Compensation, reward and recognition, and variable pay. So these three are three different templates in success factors. If you know compensation module, the entire rewards and recognition can be configured in one single step or one single hour. Yes, if you want to see the rewards and recognition, we can have it in one session.
When
Okay.
you one more, yeah, when you one more question, the
Yeah.
last question. Would you
Yeah.
be covering benefits as part, AC benefits as part of compensation, or will it
No,
be say
no.
altogether
Okay, it is
different module?
completely out of no. It is completely out of syllabus. So whatever topics that we have here, all of these 38 topics, and in addition to it, if you want to have rewards and recognition that we can cover. But employee benefits is completely a different topic.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's not part
in
of
fact, you would be
compensation.
showing integration between Employee Central to compensation to
Yes.
LMS to PMGM and to ECP as
No,
well, right?
LMS PMGM we don't discuss anything. EC to compensation, compensation to EC. That we'll be discussing.
But then the performance ratings has to be
Yeah, that's the rating sources we have no here. The rating sources where we'll be configuring from where you want to pull the data, the
okay.
rating data. You'll just have to map the template and then a rating, what rating you want to consider. Is it performance or the objective rating? So that rating config that's a configuration actually, not no integrating the data.
Okay, it's a configuration setup.
Yeah.
And does it
So
have
within
any? Yeah, please.
hmm, go ahead.
Does it has any connection with succession and planning as well as part of
No, succession, we
compensation?
have connection between performance management and succession, but succession and EC, but not between succession and compensation.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
We don't pull or we don't push any data from compensation to succession or from succession to compensation.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Mostly with employee central performance management.
Sure. Thank you.
So we get some data from employee central, we process that data in compensation module, we send back the updated data to employee central. That's the process. Okay, and then we'll be doing this compensation training in the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, 1.5 hour or 2 hours on Saturday and 2 hours on Sunday. Okay. So if you don't have any further questions, we stop it here.
At what time, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, at what time?
Saturday and Sunday, like it would be generally in the morning as of IST, maybe 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. or 9 a.m. So depending on your availability.
Okay.
Thank you all. Have a great rest of your weekend. Okay.
Thank you, Venu.
Hope to see
Thank
you
you
all
very much.
soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
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 Thank you. Bye bye.